Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is day 6 of the Leetcode February daily challenge, whatever. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord, let me know what you think about today's farm. Yeah, let's take a look. Today we have 1726, Tuple with the same product. My foot is getting better, but still frustratingly, still nagging. That's my kind of update for today. But one thing that I just want to say, yeah, and this kind of I get this sometimes from time to time, but I just want just a quote. But yeah, remember that courage is not knowing what you want to do, knowing what you need to do, and all these other things, right? Courage is actually the things you do when your hands are shaking, when your legs are shaking, and when you just know that it's going to be hard, but it is the thing to do. Right? Keep that in mind. So, all right. And today we have tuple with the same product. Okay, so you have distinct positive return a number of tuples. Okay, so the first thing I would have wanted to think is, just to an n to the fourth kind of thing, right? Obviously. But of course, n is 1,000. It's going to be too slow. So then we have to kind of do something else. This one's a little bit tricky just because it's hard to get precise, right? But it's not that hard per se. You just have to kind of think about how to do it, because the thing you want to do is kind of reduce. Okay, so like we're doing the naive way, it's going to be n to the fourth. That's obviously too slow. Well, all right, what is n then? N is 1,000. So okay, so upper bound is probably n square log n maybe. But that is the upper bound, right? So then now, what do we want to do? And how do I get with that is just experience and practice. That's usually kind of like the thing. I think I left the water on in the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Sorry, there's a very silly way to take a pause, and I'm limping, but I gotta, I don't want to pause. Oh, jeez. Everything is recorded live. I don't know if you could hear it from the mic, but I could hear it, and I was like, wait a second, what is that? Anyway, so yeah, so we want to get it down to n square log n, or n square log n square, which is of course n square log n, but just want to be kind of and of course then the way to if we kind of like work backwards, which is I don't know, sometimes a little bit cheating, but it just kind of gives us inspiration of ideas. Then what we want to do is given n square, what can we do? Well, then we can just brute force n square, which is half of them, right? And of course we have this this thing that we're trying to solve for. So then maybe we can just do like for a in nums for and does order matter? The ordered thing doesn't matter as much with two numbers because there's only two ways to kind of count it anyway, right? So it's not as big of a deal. Honestly, I am actually kind of in a way scared of this this problem because it is way tricky, kind of, right? Potentially. So yeah. I think there is some stuff that I was going to say, because I think the way that sometimes you get trapped into is thinking about solving these in a quote-unquote generic, general way without respect to, and not that that's bad, but sometimes you have to think about the function you're trying to solve it for, right? And say we have A, B, and C, D. I think the one thing that I myself overlook, so maybe I'm just projecting here a little bit, is that I worry about, what did I worry about? Well, I worry about let's say if I have something like this, I worry about not duplication. What's the word? Just like using stuff that has already been used, right? Meaning that okay, you have A, B, C, and D. If B and C are the same number, all elements are distinct. Actually, I missed this part. Okay, so I have to read it a little bit better. But even I don't think that matters that much in theory. But so actually, it does make it a lot easier now. But yeah, because now they're distinct, then because my whole concern was that how do you get rid of, like if B is equal to C, then how do you be precise about the math. But even if that wasn't a distinct thing, I think I was working toward it, is that in that case, if B is equal to C, then A is equal to D, which is easy to check, right? Then that means that if A times B is equal to C times D, then in this case, and why do I mean by in this case? Because you can have negative numbers, right? But in this domain of from 1 to 10 to the 4th, that is the case where if one number is equal to the other, then the other number has to equal with the other number, and you know the count of those. So then you can kind of do the math, right? Meaning if you have 5 A's and 5 A's and 4 3's or 4 B's rather, then in that case you can say there are 20 possible ways here, but each of those 20 only has 19 distinct ways, right? At least for this bucket. So you can do some maths about it or counting things about it, right? And maybe but I think now that we kind of now that we know that it's distinct, it's actually much easier because, well, we don't have to worry about that, and there are no negative numbers, so we don't have to worry about deduping, right? Because well, yeah, there's no need, because that's just the way how things work. So okay, so then now we can just pre-process everything then, right? And in this case, we actually want to write it a little bit differently, maybe. The key thing is that we just don't want the same number to appear twice. So then maybe we just have like a F for frequency. Sometimes I use count, I don't know. Yeah. So then F of num sub I times num sub j, we add it by 1. And then now, right, yeah, right, because still what we said, right? So A times B is equal to C times D. So that means that there are no ways to mix. So that means that all the other numbers, because we know that C cannot be equal to A and B because they're all distinct, then F of I or F of N or whatever, F of X for some whatever X is, they're all other numbers other than one of them, which is itself, right? So that means that, yeah, so then now you can say for keys, or for key rather, in F of keys, then now it is just equal to, so on the left side, we have F of key of them on the left side, and on the right side, we want all of them minus one of them, which is the one that matches this exactly, right? Yeah, and that it's not quite there yet. I don't want you to think that I missed this, but I'm just saying like that. But that will give you most of the thing, right? The reason why I say that it is not is because then now you have to count the like here's 2 6. You have to count 6 2, right? So this isn't going to be right. And the way to count that is actually just times it by 4, right? Which seems like a magical number, but here, for each number that appears, because here we dedupe this intentionally, so that it always does the A, B first. Here, there are 2 numbers, or there are 2 possibilities, right? Because you could swap them, and then here there are also 2 possibilities for the -1 possibilities. So as a result, it's 2 times on both sides, or both of these combinations. So then 4 should be good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that there are any weird edge cases. Maybe they are with 1s. I think the only thing that maybe 1 is here, so maybe that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that changes anything, but like maybe 0 would be interesting. But yeah, that's it. I know that maybe, yeah, like if they're not distinct, then you have to do some kind of thing to kind of be more careful. But maybe not. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe it really doesn't matter. Well, I mean, if they're not distinct, then the case where A is not equal to B is the same, but you have to handle the case where A and B are the same numbers, and that you have to kind of special case that out, I think. But otherwise, which is a mess, but doable, honestly. So I think like if you want to upsolve it, if you want to do a more harder problem, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's also in Leetcode as well. That seems like a reasonable thing for Leetcode to have. So definitely take a look and challenge that yourself to doing that. That is all I have for today. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay good, stay healthy to your mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.